Well, here you go again. So, here we go. I want to say congratulations to this congregation for the diversity that we all share. You don't know how rich we are until we talk to each other. And we discover that, we share some of the same gifts, and we've been through the same trials. We all made it. I couldn't sleep last night for some reason. On my street, whether the pastor knows or not, it's Temple United Methodist Church. I found out about Temple United Methodist Church from one of my neighbors. She used to come to church every Sunday morning, and so I followed her to church one Sunday. And she says, Donneter, I don't know why you can't join. You won't join. You don't have to be Baptist all your life. I said, thank you, I'll consider it. I want to say that this church has meant so much to me. Whether you realize it or not, the William Taylor Memorial Room, which there's no sign up that says this is a William Taylor Memorial, but that's the room where the community met every Thursday night and made a decision to desegregate San Francisco public schools. I shall never forget that, and I see it's in my memories today. Every time I go, and I ask the pastor, why is it that you all took the sign down that said William Taylor Memorial? Well, I guess was first entered into the public school system, integrated school system as a result of the action taken in that room. At that time, Charlotte Burke, Dr. Burke, they said St. Francis Woods, but they always were there doing what they had to do. And she says, oh, we made it. And we all jumped up, so we made it. That means that we can integrate San Francisco public schools. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know the feeling you have when you have come out of a segregated situation. And you got to meet all these new friends. And it's a real good feeling because you realize that you share so much in common. So much in common. You're human. That's the main thing. And I want to say this on the phone. We segregated the neighborhood. We segregated family housing. And we segregated education for preschools. And when I see the kids downstairs, I get really upset about this here because it was the preschool when I first got involved in education, San Francisco State College. Now, San Francisco State College has played a major role in this church. Major role. They send these students over here to do their internships and whatnot. But it was there. And I just want to say to the pastor that thank you for your personality and you know what else. He keeps you going. And the best thing to do is go and do what you have to do because if you don't, he's going to make the assignment anyway. But anyway, I want to say that the education was important. And the elementary school system all over the city became desegregated. You don't know the feeling, Lord. You just don't know the feeling when you've been in a situation like I came out of Georgia. And see, we couldn't even talk to each other and let nobody see us talk to each other. We could talk, but we had to get in the house and talk. But when you come to California, and that's another kind of experience, it's something else. And my first experience up there on Polk Street, that's where I first landed in California. And I want to say to the young folks, don't miss the opportunity to do something great for somebody else. Don't worry about yourself, because yourself will be taken care of. Somebody else. And if you do that, you'll be surprised. Other source. Don't forget the source of your information. Get to the older people and talk to them. Because boy, they already lived. And the things they can tell you will help strengthen your mission. I want to say thank you to the pastor for his inviting me to do this today. But of all things, I want to say to this church, you got to keep going. You ain't stop here. You got to keep going. We got to send missionaries all over the world and have them come back and tell us what the world is really all about. We haven't seen it yet. We just heard about it. We haven't seen it yet. And I want to say to the Chinese community, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm the next door to all Chinese people, the best folks in the world. When they see you take the garbage in, I have to take the garbage out. Here they come.